I went vegan for 9 days and all was great. I never failed. Here's the review. Hello, I'm Honey, and during the past 9 days, I've been going vegan to try whether what benefit it gives to my body. And so here we are at the end of the challenge now, and so I'll be reviewing, as well as I'll be showing the menus I've had each day, so that you know what kind of food we can have. I know sometimes it sounds like, okay, you can't have eggs, you can't have milk, what else can you eat, what else you can't eat, and so it's kind of like confusing there. So I'll be going through to show you there are so many types of food you can have as a vegan and things like that. Welcome to the 101 Vegan Challenge. So here's the entire summary of all the menus I've had during the past 9 days, as well as some thoughts towards each menus, whether I like them or not, and things like that. So without further ado, let's get started. So I started off day one quite a very fancy. So breakfast was oatmeal with soy milk. I know, very fancy. And then so it went kind of boring, and I added pumpkin and some more grains. So here's the picture, what it looks like. And then so lunch, I had a lot here. So I was very energetic, I was fresh, very motivated, inspired, and so bought so many goods then. And yeah, it gets less fantasy when it comes to like those last day, but here's just the first day. So yeah, so here the first thing isอหมก, which is a Thai menu, and it's actually a steamed curry paste with mushrooms inside. On normal days, when it's not a vegan menu, inside it's going to be like a fish paste and things like that, but today we're going with mushroom because it's vegan. Then it's japchae, which is a stir-fried veggie soup. Japchae literally can be translated to 10 vegetables, but these days there's just like 2 or 3 inside, so but they keep calling it japchae. So yeah, it's actually a Chinese way of cooking things. So you actually stir fry the vegetables first, so that it keeps its form when you put it into the boiler. Next menu is praw, which is like one of the most well-known Thai food, and it's like the to-go for everyone when they can't think of any food, they just go praw. And so it's a stir-fried meat, normally with holy basil. But this time, as I'm going vegan, it's a plant-based meat which tastes like tofu. Then to the last menu for my first day's lunch, it's puek tod and khao tod, which is actually fried taro and fried corn. So yeah, it's just these grains, and then you just put it into a batter, and then you put it to the fry. So now we come to the dinner part. My dinner was larb and lab tod. Larb is actually like meat with many herbs inside, and you cook it. It tastes spicy and sour and sweet as well, and it smells really nice. And so larb is the normal one, and lab tod is actually you combine the larb into a meatball thing, and then you kind of fried it. So yeah, and then I also had this plant-based ham or bologna. I don't know, I'm not sure what that is. And then yes, I had sticky rice, because larb is actually a northeastern Thai food, and people there really love sticky rice. Lab tod was supremely spicy, like I almost died. My mom got shocked, my sister cancelled the menu. So now here we move on to our second day of the vegan challenge. I first start my breakfast with granola and oatmeal with soy milk. It looks kind of plain here, but it's actually my last day of final exams, and I literally have no idea what to cook and what to eat, so this is the best I can find. At least it got grains and fruits inside. You got the fiber, you got whatever, the sugar, I don't know. And then so yeah, we moved to lunch, which is a Korean menu this time. It's called japchae, and then I had guava and melon. So japchae is like a Korean traditional meal. It's noodles, sometimes side dish. So the noodle thing is made from plant thing, and yeah, we add many vegetables inside, as well as sesame and sesame oil, because like that's the key.
and then we move on to dinner. So yeah, as I've already mentioned earlier that I bought a lot on the first day, and so we have to clear the leftovers, and so yeah, my dinner was leftovers plus a mushroom hot krok and stir-fried bean sprout. Day 3, I was pretty exhausted, and at this point I was like, okay, I can't really have that type of bread I like. I can't have milk. I can't have normal cornflake oatmeal and thing like that. I'm just gonna go with fruits then. Nothing can go wrong with fruits. And so for lunch, I had stir-fried noodle with plant-based ingredients. So here it is. My mom cooked this actually, and it's very nice. And here's the point when I realized vegan food doesn't taste bad at all, because at first I had that feeling that vegan food is going to taste plain, it's going to be tasteless, it's going to be so fiberish that I wouldn't like it. But then turned out vegan food is like normal food. It's very nice, and it can be super amazing. And so yeah, we moved to dinner. It's still the same larb menu, because actually I fell in love with it since the first try, and so I kept buying the same larb again and again. But this time, making it a bit more fancier, I added green beans, which is a very creative idea. Fourth day, breakfast started with cornflake, raisins, and soy milk, which turned out to be better than expected, because at first I thought the soy milk would just like overshadow everything because it has that strong smell, but then turned out everything went fine. So moved to lunch. I had a stir-fried dried mushroom and bean-based meat, which tastes kind of like barbecue pork, but yeah, I don't really like it, so I just passed that to my other family members. Then it's this shiny stir-fried noodle I had. It's nice, but then it's a bit too oily, so I didn't really enjoy this meal. But apart from that, all the taste is amazing, just that it's a bit too oily. And so I also had some snack, which is also vegan, of course, and it's actually a veggie spring roll. My dinner was a tofu, enoki mushroom, and green bean misoni, which is stewed in miso paste. So basically you put everything into your boiling pot, your pan, whatever, saucepan, and then you put miso inside and steam that until you get this. It's very nice. I love it so much. And like, even if it's not this on a challenge anymore, I'm just gonna like ask my mom to make this again. It's too good. It's very nice. Then on day 5, I lost my record of the breakfast. I literally have no idea. Maybe I skipped the breakfast, because these days I wake up so late, because it's holiday, it's school break, and so what's the point of waking up early, you know? So yeah, I just moved to lunch. I had vegan pad thai, which is so good, and then I had fried bananas with white sesame as dessert. And so fried bananas, this is like a to-go snack for Thai people, but then I have to be honest with you that I don't really like this menu at first, because I used to like it and I had it too much, and so I went fed up with this menu, and so I don't really like it anymore. But then it tastes very good, and you should try it. It's very good. And then so I had snack before dinner, which is coconut curd dessert. So there's so many coconut curd dessert in Thailand. Sorry people, I'm still wearing my retainer and everything went wrong with my pronunciation today. Yeah, so this one is called khonom chrok, which you start making this by pouring flour batter in, so that makes a crispy outside, and then you add coconut curd, and so it's like crispy outside and sweet and soft inside, which with all the coconut smell, and I love this menu so much. You can also add like toppings there, for example pumpkin, corns, and it can be even fancier, like even green onions, which is really weird, but it kind of tastes good as well, so it's kind of like a paradox of savory and sweet there. And then we moved to dinner. Actually today we went out on a road trip again, and so it's quite hard to like find vegan food, but I have to say that people are so kind these days, and like they're very lovely. So my family went to a non-vegan restaurant, but then the owner of each restaurant they always allow me to have another meal which is not from their store, and that is the kindest act I have seen in years. Like, oh, thank you all of you so much. Like, it means a lot to me. Like, I am accepted as a vegan here. And so yes, my dinner, it's rice with stir-fried pickled lettuce on a Chinese way, with tofu again and stir-fried veggies. So up to this point I was like tofu again. So I'm not sure whether after this vegan challenge I'll be having tofu in the first month, because I feel like, oh my god, tofu again. So every time I can't think of any meat, every time each restaurant the chefs can't think of any meat, they just add tofu inside. So it's like a tofu bombarding. I don't know, it's a lot of tofu, you know. And so yeah, this menu tastes so good as well. And I was like, okay, can we have a second bowl? Can I have a second bowl of this takeout? But then turned out we went back to the store, it's already closed and things like that. So yeah, it's a sad story, bittersweet. Next time it's a vegan challenge again, I'm going there. On my day 6, I lost my data of the breakfast again. I must have skipped it. And so here's the lunch. It's grain and veggie fried rice with crispy sweet tofu balls. Dinner was salad and veggie gyoza. Nothing much with this. Salad went very tasteless because turned out the dressing was not vegan, and so I just skipped the dressing and eat the plain vegetables, and that's kind of weird to me. I mean, I've tried eating salad without any dressing before, but not with this combination of fruits and vegetables, so it's very weird to me. And also midnight snack. So this is dry tofu bar with herbs. So I love this menu. I've had it before last year when going to Chantaburi, and so this is specifically bought from a vegan restaurant, so it's 100% vegan. It tastes very nice. My day 7, I started breakfast with cornflake and an orange, and I have to say that on this day it went really stupid because after pouring the cornflakes down, I realized I don't have any plant-based milk, and so I ended up having the dry cornflakes. Not ideal. Lunch, I had miso soup with tofu and mushroom, and I had takana pickled lettuce, which is a Japanese way of pickling a lettuce with rice. This is always like so good. And so for dinner it went quite simple because there's only one dish here. I had tomato mushroom pasta, so yeah. On the 8th day, which is the day before the last, I had just one banana for breakfast because I lose motivation. I was like, whatever, come on. And so lunch was rice noodle with tofu and shiitake mushroom. So this one was from a restaurant next to the market because I, my sister and my mom went to the market to do some groceries. And I was so proud that I can convince my family to join me this meal. So this is what my family ate. My sister had the same meal with me, and then my mom had some sort of like a mushroom tofu noodle soup. So yeah, that's it. And then we also bought another coconut curd dessert, but this one is wholly soft, so it consists of the coconut curd topping up above, like it's like whipping cream in the Western food, and then the batter down is like a somewhat chewy base. I really like this one as well. It's my childhood favorite now. I still really like it these days. And so we move on to the dinner, which is kimchi stew or kimchi jjigae, but I just make it my own style with more vegetables and less water soup, because we're here for the veggies, you know, we're not here for some H2O. And so I also have Chinese pickled lettuce and many other veggie dishes. Okay, so we have come to day 9 now, which is my last day as well. So I'm so happy to end this, but then at the same time I feel like I don't want to get out of this challenge because while going on this challenge, I feel like I've been detoxified and I'm ready to go to heaven, and then I don't want to go back and eat some meat. That's a sin. Oh my god, something like that. So here I started off breakfast, by the way, with coconut milk and cinnamon oatmeal with an orange. This one tastes so good. I've never tried oatmeal with cinnamon inside before, and so I just went fancy today because this is the last day I made that, and it's very nice. Lunch, my aunt make me these, so it's stir-fried noodles with tofu inside and some green beans, and then I also had this stir-fried cabbage with tofu, and these two taste like high standard restaurant quality, so I highly enjoy this, and so I kept some for my dinner as well. So my dinner was the lunch leftover, as well as salad with some mushrooms inside, various type of mushrooms, and then fruit salad by my dad, which is amazing as well. So there's apple, there's grape, there's orange, and also there's the lemon juice. So yeah, that's it for my 9 days, and I actually forgot one of the most important thing, which is an exotic drink I don't think you have at your country or anything. So it's actually a raw sugar drink. This one, I highly enjoy it. It's my mom's favorite drink as well, and so there's this tree. It's kind of like palm, but in Thailand we call it ton tan, which is like a tan tree. So yeah, on the top of the tree you just kind of like make some marks there, and then there will be a sweet nectar coming out, and you collect that, and with that sweet thing you can make khonm than as well. You use both that sugar and then the fruit of this tree to make khonm than. It's like the mesocarp part, if you know biology. So we call this khonm than, which is like really agrees to the name of the tree. And then we can make sugar out of this. So it's like brown sugar. It's like all other plant-based sugar, I think. So it's like a pack of sugar, and you just dilute it when you want to use it, and you can make drinks just like this one I'm holding in the picture. So yeah, that's it for my 9-day diary. Next, I'll be answering some frequently asked questions about veganism.
So now I'll be answering some questions I think people might have towards veganism, because these are the questions I have before starting this challenge. So yeah, first of all, question number 1, is vegan food delicious? I have to say that it might not be as delicious as normal food at first, but this really depends on what's your favorite food. If you already like things that are like salad and things like that, I would have to say like vegan food is for you. But if you love meat and things like that, vegan food might not taste as good as your favorite food. But then this change through times, you know. You change your diet and you become more accustomed to them later on. So this really depends on your fancies and matter of time. So I can't really say, but did I enjoy my vegan menus? Yes, I did enjoy my vegan menus a lot, and I kind of miss it right now after coming out of the challenge. So vegan food tastes good, but it might not be your favorite taste. I don't know about that. So yeah, that's my answer for the first question. The second question, is being a vegan difficult? So yes, it is difficult on the first day. On the first 2 days it was very difficult because I have to be more careful about my diet, like going to the fridge. I can't have like certain foods, like there's still the cheese, the chocolate in the fridge, of course, because my family is not joining this challenge with me, so I have to be careful what I can pick and what I can't. And so it's quite hard, but then as the day goes by, I tend to become more accustomed to my new routine, that I don't feel like I am obliged or to like carefully choose anymore, or I am forced to eat. It just turned into something like, okay, today I want to eat vegetables, today I want to have tofu and things like that. There was no desire for meat. I mean, there were on first days, but then after that I tend to forget what meat actually is, and so things went smooth. The next question is, does veganism benefits my health? So I've been keeping my record of like weight and like things like that, but then I have to say that maybe it's not enough. 9 days is not enough. I think 9 days is not enough to like really see the difference, because there's no weight loss to me. I see no difference in my skin condition. I still have like pimples now and then, so I don't know whether this will like improve if I am on my challenge for a longer period, like 2 weeks and things like that. For digestions, I don't think it has boosted anything to my digestions. I have to say that on my daily routine of like my diet, normal diet before becoming a vegan for 9 days, it already consists of like a lot of fibers, vegetables and fruits already. So becoming a vegan, there's not much difference between the amount of fibers I have, so I have to say that I see no difference here. But it definitely will help you if your normal diet consists of less vegetables. Veganism is a way to like add more fibers to your diet, and it will definitely improve your digestions. Last question, it says whether veganism can really help the world in terms of like reducing carbon footprints and things like that. So here I don't really agree with this idea. I mean, it helps but in very small numbers. So imagine this is the world, and vegan is like just one tiny bit of the entire population. So I think the amount or the number of livestock economics here still remains the same, because there's so little amount of vegan people, and so I don't think that really reduced the amount of carbon exhaustions. So there's still the same number of carbon released into the air. And then when coming to consider about the vegan part, I think they tend to have something like plant-based milk, for example, and I think that requires a lot of water into the farming and agricultural things as well. So I don't really think that helps, because it tends to like cause other problem instead, like water pollution or things like that when it comes to fertilizer in the farming. So it's just like changing from livestock that produce carbon in one way into like ruining something else. But again, this is just my thought, and you can disagree with this. Yeah. So will vegan help the world? I think yes, they can help the world, but it would just like, it will be most effective or more effective if there are more vegans in this world. That's all. So yeah.